This is my audience. This is Macy and Sarah and Grace. Many of us, probably more than we'd like to admit, are addicted to reality TV these days. This topic affects not only those of us who are addicted to our bachelor nights, but it also affects those of us who go to the grocery stores and see newspapers and magazines, and even those of us who read our Yahoo homepages. After watching at least one episode of all of the major reality TV shows on these days, I've researched and meditated the effects that these shows have on our hearts and minds. Reality television has distorted our society's view of reality and caused serious damage. I'll now prove this distortion through discussing how reality has overtaken our society, how it's warped our reality, and what God's Word says about this. According to Dr. Stephen Rice, researcher and professor at Ohio State University, even if you yourself don't watch reality TV and you know someone who does, it's just as harmful. Dr. Rice also takes notice of the fact that reality TV dominates all media outlets: newspapers, magazines, the internet, Facebook, everything. Reality television shows like Survivor and The Bachelor, the results are posted everywhere. It's all that we read about these days. Studies also show that many people watch reality TV purely just to be in the know and to be able to talk to their friends and family about them. Now let's discuss the heart of the issue. Reality TV is warping society's view of reality. Temptation Island, a reality show that's based on the fact that couples go to a paradise island and are tempted to cheat on their significant other. Surprisingly, the public's reasoning for watching this show is not as bad as you might assume. According to a survey done at Ohio State, one of the main differences between fans of the show and everyone else is not an interest in sex, but a lack of interest in personal honor. People like to watch these people attempted to commit adultery. According to Dr. Robin Navi, communications professor at UC Santa Barbara, this reality-based TV is not based on reality at all. Shows such as Keeping Up with the Kardashians and The Real Housewives are not based on the reality of the everyday American. A less obvious example might be ABC's The Bachelor franchise, in which contestants vie for a male or female's love. This is one of the most well-known reality television series, and not only is the success rate of this show undeniably low, but the genuineness of every individual is constantly called into question. Now that we can see the problem, let's look at its effects. Because of the false reality created by reality television, society is suffering. These reality TV shows cause a competitiveness in society that is unparalleled. By watching shows like The Bachelor, we can see that people are competing for love, which obviously calls into question the genuineness of the love that is being created. As I discussed before, The Real Housewives and Keeping Up with the Kardashians cause people to have covetous hearts and be competitive about what kind of car they drive or what kind of clothes they wear. America is wasting their precious time watching reality TV when they could be doing something that's actually productive. In 2011, Nicole Paluzzi, also known as Snooki, she's the star of the popular Jersey Shore series, gave the commencement speech at Rutgers University where she told the students to study hard but party harder. Now to the solution. God's Word has a lot to say about the true reality of this world. In Colossians 3:1-3, he says, "Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your hearts on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God." This verse exemplifies how we need to be focusing on things that are not earthly and how we need to be focusing on what God has for our lives. In Philippians 4:8, he says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. In this verse, God's challenging us to think about things that He has for us and not think about things of this earth that make us sinful and dirty. In 1 Peter 2:11, he says, "Dear friends, I urge you to abstain from sinful desires, which wage war against your soul." This verse is so powerful in this topic because it truly shows how these shows, by warping our reality, are really waging war on our souls and on our spirits and causing us to be distracted from the things that God has put us on this earth to do. In conclusion, as you can see, this reality TV phenomenon has extreme effects, whether you realize it or not. A lot of people just sit down on their weeknights and watch these shows thinking that they're just pure entertainment and that there's nothing wrong with it. But in reality, it's warping our minds and causing us to not be the Christians that God has called us to be. I think we can all agree that changes need to be made, and we as Christians need to be the people to start this change. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all learned something.